There's a reason the world can't stop watching, listening to, imitating, and celebrating African culture. There's a reason every corner of the globe is suddenly trying to move how we move, dress how we dress, talk how we talk, and vibe how we vibe. It's simple, everyone wants a piece of us. And that's not arrogance, it's reality. You can see in the music charts, in the clubs, on the red carpets, in fashion campaigns, in slang, in dance moves, in pop culture moments that explode and spread like wildfire. African culture has become the global reference point. And at the center of this movement is the energy we carry, the rhythm, the style, the confidence, the storytelling, the flavor. That's what the world wants to tap into. When Afrobeats started rising internationally, people thought it was just a moment, a wave that would pass, a trend that would fade, but they underestimated the root system behind it. Afrobeats isn't just sound, it's the expression of millions of people across continents. It's tied to history, migration, tradition, technology, youth culture, and identity. You can't copy that essence, but you can be inspired by it. And that's exactly what the world has been doing. From Beyoncé flying artists out to work on The Gift, to top global producers trying to recreate drum patterns that come naturally to African kids playing on buckets, the world has been leaning into our creativity in ways they never expected to. Look at the fashion world. Suddenly Ankara prints, bold colors, waist beads, braids, locks, Afrocentric silhouettes, and African-inspired jewelry are mainstream. Designers in Europe and America are releasing tribal collections, and celebrities are pulling up to award shows in styles inspired by Ghana, Nigeria, South Africa, and beyond. There's something magnetic about the way Africans express beauty and confidence. We walk into a room, and the room shifts. And that's why the world wants a piece of us, because our culture doesn't just exist, it radiates. You can see this energy in the way people are dancing now. You see folk from all backgrounds trying to hit the zanku, the gwara gwara, the legwork, the amapiano body rolls, the waist-moving steps that come naturally to us. Videos of random people trying Afrobeats dance challenges go viral because the moves are joyful, expressive, and rooted in centuries of African rhythm. Dance is one of the purest reflections of culture, and the way Afrobeats has taken over TikTok, Instagram, and the club scene shows you something powerful. African movement is global movement now. But it didn't stop with music and dance. Look at the slang. Look at how words like wahala, shap shap, no wahala, abeg, omo, brada, tings, and vibes have become everyday language for people who aren't even African. Even the way people talk online, the tone, the humor, the chaos, the confidence, it's inspired by African internet culture. The memes, the reactions, the iconic comebacks, the dramatic storytelling style, that's African influence. The world is laughing like us, dancing like us, dressing like us, making music like us, and building digital culture the way we do. Another reason everyone wants a piece of us is because African talent is undeniable. There's a level of raw skill that comes from growing up in environments where you have to be creative to survive. You have to innovate. You have to be expressive. You have to be resourceful. That energy produces artists who don't just make songs, they make movements. Burna Boy, Wizkid, Davido, Rema, Tim's, Irostar, Tyla, Asaki, Shalapopi, Fireboy, CK, Omale, and many more. These artists didn't just break into the global scene, they redefined it. They forced the world to adjust to them, not the other way around. Even in Canada, you can see the shift. Toronto nightlife has changed. The club scene has changed. The concert scene has changed. People go out looking for that African feel, the drums, the energy, the dancing, the warmth, the community. Before, clubs were all hip-hop all night. Now, Afrobeats and amapiano are taking over party schedules. DJs are blending African sounds into every set because they know the crowd responds instantly. They know people want that feeling that only African music brings. The multicultural identity of Toronto connects perfectly with African culture, and that's why the city has become one of the main hubs for Afrobeats outside Africa. It's not just the music scene. Look at entrepreneurship. African entrepreneurs are shaping the nightlife, entertainment, fashion, and food scenes in ways the city has never seen before. Promoters, DJs, event organizers, stylists, restaurateurs, vloggers, designers, Africans are building platforms that others want to be a part of. People want to attend African-led events because they know the experience will be top tier. The energy will be high, the outfits will be fire, the vibe will be warm, and the music will be elite. That's why Afrobeats events sell out. That's why African-run brands are thriving. Even non-Africans are embracing African food. Jollof rice is a global phenomenon. Suya is becoming mainstream. Puff puff is a TikTok trend. Egusi stew videos are racking up millions of likes. African restaurants across Canada, the US, and Europe are booming because people want to taste the culture they've been vibing to in the music. Culture always spreads in layers: sound, movement, fashion, food, language, storytelling. Once people experience one part and fall in love, they're drawn to the rest. There's also something deeper, something spiritual, about why the world wants a piece of us. African culture doesn't just entertain. It heals. It uplifts. It reminds people of community, joy, connection, rhythm, expression, and identity. In a world that's getting more isolated, more digital, and more disconnected, African culture brings people back to something real, something human, something rooted in soul. That's why Afrobeats concerts feel like therapy. That's why African parties feel like family. That's why our dances feel like freedom. When Burna Boy performs, the whole room feels alive. When Wizkid sings Essence, people who've never touched African soil suddenly feel like they belong somewhere. When Tems performs, her voice feels like water washing over the soul. When Amapiano drops, you feel a pull in your chest. These feelings don't come from marketing, they come from culture. And culture is powerful. And that's why everyone wants a piece of us. Because the world knows where the magic is coming from. They know who's setting the trends. They know who's creating the sound. They know who's controlling the dance floor. They know who's inspiring the fashion. They know who's shaping the vibe. They know who's dictating what's cool. They know the center of gravity right now is Africa, and the diaspora is the engine carrying it across the globe. But here's the beautiful part. Even though the world wants a piece of us, we're not losing ourselves. We're not diluting our culture to make it digestible. We're bringing the world into our world on our terms. Afrobeats didn't change to fit the global market. The global market changed to fit Afrobeats. African creators didn't copy global styles. Global styles started copying African creators. That's the real power. When you move authentically, the world comes to you. And that's exactly what's happening. As Afrobeats keeps rising, as African fashion keeps evolving, as African food keeps spreading, as African entrepreneurs keep building platforms, as African artists keep taking over charts, the world will continue to follow. They'll continue to dance like us, dress like us, talk like us, and celebrate like us. Not because it's trendy, but because it feels good. It feels real. It feels alive. Everyone wants a piece of us because we are the culture. We are the rhythm. We are the style. We are the future. And as long as we keep creating, keep shining, keep owning our voice and our space, the world will keep watching, learning, vibing, and following our lead. Afrobeats isn't slowing down. African culture isn't slowing down. If anything, we're just getting started. And if you're vibing with this energy, if you're proud of how far our culture has come, and if you want to keep exploring these stories with me, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.